Let's start by asking an important question. What is nothing? Life. We do it every day. It carries us what we believe to have meaning and reason. We wake up, drink coffee, scream at the driver in front of you, spend your 8 hours at work, scream at the driver in front of you again because you didn't get to him the first time apparently, eat a meal, and take a little bit of rest at the latest and do it all again. Then, one evening, it occurs to some. Why? Why is it that we're all here? What is our purpose? We see these science videos that show that we're nothing but a speck, this everlasting and unending universe. Would what we do now have any effect millions of years from now? That was nihilism, as popular German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche would say, spooky. No, don't worry, that's not what he would say, he didn't speak English. Yet as he was seen as a nihilist, he advocated for the removal of it. The destruction of ourselves was his greatest fear, for being human was all we had in his mind. Yet in doing so, he believed that we were nothing. It's absurd, isn't it? Albert Camus is a French Algier author and philosopher known for being the father of absurdism, the idea where we kind of just resolve our problem of this apathetic universe by accepting our fate. Well, more like it's a better alternative to the other two options proposed by Camus. These two other options being a leap of faith, which he deemed as philosophical suicide, and in his words, is but one serious philosophical problem, and that is suicide. We may think absurdism leads us to where we find meaning, but here the paradox isn't whether or not we have meaning, but the pain of looking for meaning and not getting it. We are hungry for meaning in a universe with none, and we know that it doesn't care, but we still try no matter what this universe does to us. This reminds me of a story of an absurdist hero. The Myth of Sisyphus is one of Albert Camus' several books. It tells the story of a King Sisyphus of Ephyra, who was punished by the gods for tricking death twice, to lift a boulder up a hill just for when it's about to reach the top, then it shall roll all the way back down to be continued for eternity. Camus tells the story to draw connections to our own lives, to show us that we live in monotony. However, in the same book, he argues the claim that this monotony we should take with pride, that it is our own, and that we shall have total control over our imprisonment of freedom. We are finally told that we should imagine Sisyphus happy, to think that our freedom means nothing and everything all at once, but to believe in it and all, and accept that we are where we are, and to be happy. Where nihilism may ask us, why? Absurdism asks us, why not? Where nihilism says, there is no meaning and it is suffering. Absurdism says, the lack of meaning allows us to accomplish our dreams. This hero shows us that there is more, that there is hope, even in the most unbearable or boring situation you could ever be in, that there is something other than just the absurd, and Camus sought his whole life to find the answers to those. In Camus' mind, happiness isn't achieved when you finally reach your goals. In Camus' mind, happiness is achieved when you finally accept the fact that you're pretty much nothing. That you aren't the food you eat, you aren't an office worker, or a student, or a teacher, or a politician, content creator, photographer, graphic designer, urban planner, author, developer. You may be nothing, but now you're talking in the language of the absurd, where the very fact that you're nothing proves that you can be an explorer, curious, passionate, loving, supportive, generous, thoughtful, sincere, trustworthy, adventurous, energetic, ambitious. So let me ask you if you see the music. Let me ask you if you want to go on a journey. Let me ask you if you see the play you're writing, because all I can say is that it is beautiful. To show you that the story that you write may never have an end, and that everything that you can do, you will do. Somewhere, sometime, you will. Let the absurd ask you if you can see it. Let the absurd know you're there, because only the absurd knows that its void is only a facade. Let the absurd ask if you can truly see through it, and that through this darkness you can be what you really are. Let the void ask if you can see past the darkness and be nothing, and that you can see it all that it is, and that you can see not just the darkness but through it, and that you can see the light.